Welcome to Quick Projects, where we uncover untold stories and hidden facts from history. Today, we're diving into a scandal that isn't just history, it's ongoing. I'm talking about the Nestle Baby Formula Scandal, a case that began in the 1970s but continue to haunt us even today. This story involves aggressive marketing, corporate greed, and heartbreaking consequences. So, sit tight because this is the one you don't want to miss. Nestle started selling baby formula in developing countries during the late 1960s and 70s. The company promoted its product as a modern, scientifically superior alternative to breastfeeding. Nestle's marketing strategy was bold. They distributed the free samples to new mothers in hospitals and clinics, using saleswomen dressed as nurses to gain trust. Here's when the things get sinister. Once the free samples ran out, mothers had already stopped breastfeeding. Without access to clean water and unable to afford enough formula, many babies suffered from malnutrition and waterborne diseases. This wasn't just an isolated incident. In regions across Africa, Asia, and Latin America, thousands of infants lost their lives because formula, when mixed with contaminated water, became a deadly cocktail. Quick fact: a study by Voxtev estimates that Nestle's entry into these markets led to a sharp rise in infant mortality rates, particularly in low income countries. By the mid 1970s, health experts, activists, and humanitarian organizations began raising this alarm. They pointed out that Nestle wasn't just selling a product, it was creating a dependency on the formula in places where breastfeeding was safe and healthy. In 1977, the controversy reached a boiling point, leading to a global boycott of Nestle's products. This boycott spread across countries, forcing the company to issue defending statements of its practices. It wasn't just about selling the formula, it was about how it was marketed. The World Health Organization, WHO, responded by introducing the International Code of Marketing of Breast Milk Substitutes in 1981. The code aimed to regulate how formula companies promote their products, ensuring that mothers weren't misled into thinking that a formula was better than breastfeeding. Did Nestle comply? Well, not exactly. Investigative reports in the following decades continued to expose the company's unethical marketing tactics, especially in vulnerable, low developed countries and communities. You might wonder, okay, but isn't just this ancient history? Sadly, no. Even as recently as 2018, Nestle faced backlash for violating the WHO's code in various countries. Reports showed that they continued promoting formula in ways that discouraged breastfeeding. Why is this even a big deal? Well, according to the WHO, breastfeeding could prevent around 800,000 infant deaths annually, particularly in developing countries. When companies like Nestle push formula in areas where clean water and healthcare are scarce, they're not just selling a product, they're gambling with lives. Corporate accountability remains a challenge. While laws and guidelines exist, enforcement is often weak, especially in LDCs and low income regions where governments may lack the resources to hold multinational corporations accountable. The Nestle's baby formula scandal highlights the unethical responsibility of corporations. Should companies be allowed to market life saving products without an oversight? What happens when profits come before people? These questions remain relevant as companies continue to expand into new markets. While Nestle claims to have improved its practices, watchdog organizations still report unethical marketing tactics. The fight for ethical business practices isn't over. It's an ongoing battle that demands our attention. So, what's the takeaway from today's story? The Nestle's baby formula scandal teaches us that unchecked corporate greed can lead to tragic consequences. It also shows us the power of collective action. The 1977 boycott made waves and brought about global policy changes. But clearly, there's more work to be done. What do you think about this scandal? Should companies face harsher penalties for unethical practices? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment, share this episode, and let's keep the conversation going. Thanks for tuning in to Quick Projects. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more such fascinating stories. Until next time, take care and stay curious.